Welcome to another episode of my Motortown playthrough. Today we are going to do a bit more tow trucking again. I said I wanted to do a bit more of it since I also upgraded the truck here, but I didn't expect the kind of job that I would be doing first. In the last video I ended up tipping over the semi and trailer a few times, leaving it off at this point, and I just decided, hey, why not try and put it right again. So there are basically two schools of thought when it comes to putting something back on the wheels that has been tipped over. Most people would likely go from the other side and then pull it, but I think it's actually a bit better if we just park it like this and then pull it straight up. Otherwise we would need to deal with our traction, with the grip of the car, and could be pulled back, but with this setup it's really all about how strong the winch is, which might be a problem. But at least it's not gonna try to pull us into the ground because, yeah, that's not gonna happen. Okay, let's pull up the winch hook. I think I go somewhere around here and then we'll see. Pick up the controller and give it a good shot. I think that's the sound of a winch that cannot deal with the task at hand. The one advantage, the other way to do this would be that we could maybe use the engine power to substitute the effort. Whereas right now we are really limited by what the winch can do. So let's cut the cable, get rid of the controller, and then just drive to the other side, check it out. Also, since it's getting night now, I can show you guys my fancy new light fixtures. So we have multiple ones. We not only have another light at the front that activates with the high beams, and also an additional reverse light. So if I go into reverse now, the light bar in the middle is gonna start shining up. But I also have the option to turn on the interior lights and give myself another set of lights going backwards. So I think that's gonna help out quite a lot here. Okay, so the only thing I really need to figure out is how I want to position myself to begin with. Maybe it's something like this. I hope I'm not too close, but let's check this out. See if the winch is gonna help here. If it's long enough to begin with. I think I want this somewhere up there. Ah, it cut off again. Pretty hard to see from this side. Ideally I would need to get up on top of that and maybe attach it over here. Maybe get a bit further to where I am right now. Just pull it in right here. Get the winch controller and then see if the combined force of the winch and my engine can do it. Yeah, same result. In multiplayer, I think this would be where I would get a few more people to help out. Usually if you ask on the TWL server, the one that I usually play on when I go for multiplayer. Oh. Oh, maybe with a bit more of a run-up this could work. If you ask people on that server, they are gonna come out and bring their own tasks, and it can either be amazing teamwork or quite the mess. But it usually is good fun. Okay, let's see if maybe if I give it the maximum length. we either pull this in one big yoink, or we are not gonna get it this at all. Backing up a little. You know what, let's go second gear. Oh! It was too effective. I didn't expect that to work at all, but, well. We managed to at least turn the sausage over. I don't think this is gonna work. So I'm not entirely sure how long I should keep trying. Maybe there is a sweet spot with how much power we give it, where we can actually put it on the wheels, but it seems like it would be more side heavy than wheels to the road heavy. So it has more of a tendency to tip over than to stay on the wheels, which would definitely explain my experience and the problems that I was facing in the last episode. And this is definitely not happening, so let's just cut the winch cable. Winch table, yeah. Definitely. I think I'm gonna try this one more time, but I have fear that I'll be driving into the drink if things don't go well. Ah, wait. That's reverse. Okay, final attempt. Let's get the winch hook out. Put it just on here. Get the controller, give it a bit of slack. Ah, now it's working. Didn't look right before, but yeah. That's definitely getting a bit longer. And I just love that the game has something like this to begin with. Okay, this might be enough. Let's check it out. First gear and... oh no, didn't... It looked like it was already falling off to the other side again. Okay, let's see again. It's not able to do it. Once again, adding a bit more slack, but yeah, I think if there is a balance, it's gonna be quite the tight window we have to hit, and... oh, that was very close. Maybe part of it was going into a second gear, but I'm afraid that if I do that again, it's just gonna go back on the other side once more. Okay, I guess I'll try second gear. I don't want to do this the entire episode here, but I at least want to try, and yeah, forget it. I guess it is something to do with second gear that does give us the additional pull that we need, but it's just gonna be tough finding the right way to deal with this. Another thing that I could do, but that would also require me putting the entire thing back on the other side. I could detach the trailer from the semi and then pull them over individually. That might also help out. I know what, one last time. It's not gonna be too much about actual tow trucking here and more about this weird thing, but I don't know. I think this is kind of fun. I hope you enjoy as well, because otherwise this is just gonna be a very boring video where I don't succeed with anything I try here. Also, my buses are in bad condition, so let's quickly refresh all of that. Just so that they continue with their job and make me more money while I'm doing nothing productive right now. This entire issue could be saved by paying another 1k to the roadside services, which would then mean that both the truck and the trailer will be put back onto their wheels, but I don't know. Part of the reason why I like this kind of game is with the manual labor, and yeah, I am just like that. No, that was the wrong button. Okay, let's see. I hope... Oh god. Oh god, we did it. Shit, why is it rolling? Stop that. Ladies and gentlemen, the eagle is back on its feet. Nice. Okay, so oh wait, this is still running. Let's turn that off. And for the time being, I know this is very irresponsible, especially if this was a server, but I'll just keep that here. Because, you know, I'm kinda currently making a YouTube video, and it was fun trying to clean up this mess to some degree, but I think at this point it's time to actually go and do the activity that I set out to do at the beginning here. Also terrorizing the Miata driver there. I tried that vehicle once and it constantly ended up spinning out when it ever encountered too much torque. I didn't go with a large engine for the Miata, it was really just 150 horsepower inline 4 or something, but that still kinda felt like it was too much for that one to handle. Still a fun vehicle, also kinda nice with all the upgrades and all of that. But anyways, let's take a look around and try to locate a vehicle that actually needs us to put it back on the wheels. I could theoretically go for this one here. I know it's behind a safety rail. We could also go over here and... oh, that's actually another Pulio, so... that would be a vehicle identical to ours. I don't know if we can pull that off, but we might as well try. So let's see how that's gonna go. I'm just gonna turn off the additional lights right now. I don't need them. Just turning on the autopilot for a moment. I don't want to drive around with that too much. I use it a bit more often when doing bus routes, but apart from that, I want to drive myself. But when there are other things to do, like yeah, just checking on the AI buses and stuff like that, then I usually like to just put on the autopilot for a moment. Otherwise, if I go into certain menus, it's just gonna hit the brakes real hard and that's not gonna be too good for anything. So right now for tow trucking I'm level 21, which I think would unlock a few winches for different other vehicles. You can also outfit stuff like the little K-Truck with a winch, the Bora. But apart from that, for this one we need something real heavy duty, and I don't think we have it right now. And once we have, I think, 10k winch, we might be able to lift something off the ground as I tried it first. That definitely could help out with not tipping it over the other end just like that. But yeah, with a low power winch it just doesn't work, as you saw. So right now we are on the dirt track, or one of the dirt tracks. It's a pretty cool one. Let's have a lap around it until we get to the vehicle that we need to recover. I don't know how good this is gonna work out. I mean, at least the truck here has a log differential in the rear, so it should be good enough to not completely lose traction, but this is definitely not a race truck, despite its fancy looks and all of that. Also, those bumps over there, they are hella awkward and have killed quite a few runs. Still kind of fun though, but maybe they could be slightly adjusted to be less deadly. Then again, it also really depends on how you hit them, what kind of car you're using, so there are a lot of factors in there that make it quite tough making things consistent here. That bridge up front is also quite the jump, and one that not all of the vehicles always manage to land on the wheels. With something as low as the tow truck here, not that big of a problem. Yeah, collision, alright. Wasn't really going for lap time anyways, I'm just trying to get to the truck we need to recover. But it should be there just before one of the last corners over there. So we've done the majority of the lap, but it's gonna not give us a full one. Whee. And yeah, eventually I want to build like an off-road racing car. There are a few options and well. Oh, okay, it's coming down, thankfully. It would have been a bit awkward to tow. Okay, let's see, is it missing a wheel? It's missing a wheel. So I think we should better tow it at the back here. I hope the cranes don't have collision. They apparently don't. Doesn't seem like it. Or do they? No. So let's bring this one down and tilt down first, but it should also be a bit further away. Okay, I'm actually too close and that's why it's telling me that it's too far. Oh, apparently the winches do have collisions with the cranes, and oh god, that might be a bit of a problem. I don't know if I can get close enough to actually do this. Okay, it's working out, that's good. Could have been that the distance between here was too close for the cranes to not collide. And I think given that the other tow truck is missing a wheel, I'll just put it up a bit further. So let's bring it home. Yeah, I won't be hot lapping this track with another tow truck in tow behind me. This really reminds me of Railroads Online right now with some of back-to-back trains that I had. Like double heading the train, but with one engine being turned around and all of that. Fun times. But I'll say it, I think my truck is much prettier than the other one, at the very least. Currently, due to it actually having 4 wheels, also much more functional. So let's see where we can deliver this one to. There are a few race tracks where you can actually deliver the vehicles towards, like the one down south from here. So this is actually Olle Speedway. It's a location where you can deliver the vehicles to if you tow something that's close enough to it. But this one apparently is gonna go to Jeju. I mean, I don't mind either way. I just wanna get paid in the end. Also 26% damage on the other vehicle, that's a bit of a shame. But what can you do? I was about to say that nobody's even around here, but then that guy comes around the corner. I don't know. Honestly, right now I'm really just vibing with this whole setup here. It's kind of relaxing. Nightly trip, bit of tow trucking, having another truck on the back and just bringing it home to the next garage. It's cool. It's a vibe. God. Maybe I'm a bit too... Oh, that was critical. I was about to say maybe I'm a bit too scared about tipping over right now, but yeah, that just showed me that no, caution is still in order. Also curious about how much will level up for this one. Because I'm pretty sure I didn't do anywhere near 21 tow truck missions yet in order to get to that level. So I think we get multiple levels per delivery, and we'll have to see how this one goes. Needs to be on the ground, no problem. And yeah, we just went up by approximately 2.5 or 2.6k experience, which should be like 2 levels. It says in the chat down there, here we are now level 23 and almost 24. So that should be not too long until we get something else to upgrade ourselves with. Holy hell, what was that? Some car outside, I don't know. Some people really just go all out with how loud their engines are. I don't know if that's even still legal or something. Yeah, I think the next one we should really attempt to go for this one right here. Maybe go for refueling first and then have a look around. This one is... the truck needs a bit of fuel. It doesn't have any options for additional fuel tanks, so gotta be careful about that. Also, I don't think I showed that off yet, but if I find a streetlight or something to actually show the side of the vehicle in a bit more detail. Ah, here. This thing here is actually storage. Only 2 pieces or 2 different items allowed, but you can actually put in some emergency fuel or something like that. There are a few ferry cans that you can buy. I think from this guy here. You can buy coolant, which I don't usually do if I just end up destroying my radiator and it leaks coolant. I just go to the next garage and that will be it. We can also buy tire repair kits, which, well, if your tire is popped, which rarely happens naturally, you can at least undo that damage. You're still gonna need to buy a new one, but in the end, at least it's not gonna be flat anymore for the time being. Thermometer, or thermometer, whatever, that would be kind of interesting. That's for brake temperatures right now. The only problem is that carrying that around with me all the time, yeah, my entire inventory is full right now, but let's see. Here we can actually tell, thermometer, brake temperature 150 Celsius and 131, I think one is on the inside. And tires are doing much better. So this might be an interesting little gadget. I'll keep it on my character for the time being. Eventually maybe I need to put it away somewhere. And yeah, that can be a bit of an issue because at that point you will need to summon in the vehicle that has the item in storage in order to get that again. Or just buy another one. But at least you can just have it on you or put it away. And there are quite a few vehicles like the semis that can have upgraded or upgrade options to also include boxes like that. I think those even go up to a capacity of 5. But yeah, for this truck, maybe add some fuel for emergencies. Add a few tire kits, maybe a few cones. Stuff like that could be interesting. But right now I don't really have any plans for that. And I completely forgot until now you can actually get the fuel from the gas station itself. Which kinda makes sense. And you can also stack that stuff up, I think, to maybe like 3 or 4 or 5, I don't know. But something in that wheelhouse, and it will allow you to at least have a bit on you. So if you ever really get stuck, you could maybe just have a few items inside the tow truck and then call that in as your own roadside service vehicle. We just saw at the beginning of the video how well that can work out. This is gonna be a bit of a longer trip. The cool thing about the resting area up there is that a lot of things going there at least pay out pretty well. But especially uphill, it's often a battle if you have heavy stuff. We can of course also pull the tanker trailer up there, but I don't know how much time that would take. Really curious to find out how it's gonna work out once we get the end game semi-trailer and I mean semi-truck, and see how it works out compared to the other one. Another thing that I want to do soon enough is getting into garbage collection. I think the truck for that is 150k. I buy it on about every character. Most people find that a bit boring, but in my opinion, it's just a very nice and relaxing activity. Pays out decently enough, but also not amazingly well. So getting back the money from that would be more of a midterm thing. Okay, now the question is, how do I do this to begin with? Let me just check something. It doesn't seem like we will be able to get past on that side. Could we get past the barrier on this side? Maybe just pull the vehicle down on that end? Yeah, that might be a way to go. Let's see, can I drive the car? That might help out quite a lot already, just being able to drive it over there by itself. Nope, doesn't activate. Oh god. I knew this would be a bit of a nightmare. Theoretically, I could also just go into the map, right-click on the symbol for that broken car and then just have it deleted. So that would mean abandoning that delivery, but I wanna try. This might not be my this might be above my pay grade right now, but at least it could be kind of interesting. So I guess this is how the whole tow trucking is gonna go. Maybe 1 or 2 regular deliveries, and then just something that's completely out of whack. Let me just get the winch cable. I need to pull myself back up here. Okay, this should also be a nice distance, so we won't be going back and forth all the time. I need to do this first, and you know what, I may need to rely on the winch for this one. I have 0 traction on the dirt, which is also something that I like about this game. I've been playing a lot of GTA over the years after 5 came out, especially on PC. But one thing that I always disliked about the racing is just how much you could cut the grass on every turn if the inside wasn't blocked off or anything. There were a lot of corners where even with like a hypercar or something, you would just take the grass route because it's just gonna be faster for you. So this not really working out with this game is something that I really appreciate. Just needing to stay on the road. Can I just grab the hook from here? Oh god, it's going down. So that's a bit of an issue. I put it into park, but still I didn't have enough grip here to not just roll it back down. Well. I think this really was something that I should have abandoned, but at this point it's too late. Hopefully we'll get the telescope crane at some point. That would have been way easier, just grabbing the vehicle and just lifting it over the crash barrier. Okay, I'm not trusting this thing to stay on here. So I'm gonna just try to pull it along. Let's see, I hope that this works out. I should have maybe parked it a bit further in that direction and then just pulled up there. Now we need to go kinda diagonally across the plane here. I'd like to stay perpendicular to the slope. That was the wrong button. That was also wrong. Gotta be careful, I need to pull the left button in order to activate the winch. But the way the controls work out, left button is basically what you use to switch over between the standard configuration and anything that needs a double button input. So if I click the left or right stick, I can shift up or down. That's something that I put there for myself. If I have left button pressed as well, I'll either honk or activate the lights. So gotta be careful about that. Also, I think I should have really turned in order to make this happen a bit better. But yeah, I guess this has already become something very similar to the last tow trucking episode, where I wouldn't necessarily recommend everybody to watch this unless they are in for whatever this is gonna turn into. Bit more of an adventure like with the other one. See, maybe I can... Oh god. I don't wanna flip it, but I guess that's what I've done here. Great. Thankfully I cannot scratch the vehicle in this game, so I'm just gonna pull myself along here. You know what? Go to nearest road. I should really give up on this. The video is already way too long. And that's kind of funny saying that because in my opinion the videos are always too long. I don't want to make 30-minute videos all the time. I'm kind of committed to this whole thing now, but I don't think it's a good idea to begin with. Also, I'm stuck again, so yeah. If a crash barrier wasn't here, I could do something with it, but as it is right now, I cannot pull the vehicle just down here and then, well, I could do, but then I would also need to go around this thing, so I don't think this is going to happen. You know what? I'm gonna end it here. I mean, the video, nothing else, don't worry. I won't be deleting this that car over there. It's just gonna stay there. It's gonna be there for quite a while. I think once I get the Golema, or no, the Brutus Wrecker that also has extendable crane in the back, I might try going back here and then dealing with it, but as it is right now, with what I have here, with only the Puleo, it's not gonna happen. So I may try to use the other one later down the line, the more heavy-duty one, and hope that the crane works in a way that allows me to just pull the entire vehicle over the barrier. If not, then tough luck, then maybe this one needs to be abandoned. I could have maybe also tried on this end, but with that slope there is really no way to get past that, and the end of the barrier on that end is also way too far. So, I don't know. I've likely done a few stupid things trying this to begin with. Really putting in more money into roadside service when this is worth. I could also potentially do roadside service on this vehicle as it is right now. But no, I'm gonna wait with this and see if I can find another solution. But there's gonna be another video for this one. Thanks for watching, and honestly, I'm sorry. Till next time. Bye bye.